Alright, so it seems like we had a VPOC here on ES. Let's just go cover ES real quick, and then we'll go the other three, and we should be quick and easy tonight. VPOC. So this should be your downside target here. And I have to change this to, we can go all the way to the right. Well, let me see what we got brewing here. So as long as we hold this level here, 39.24, should be good. This level is your retest level, and then this right here becomes your trigger level for long. And then there's a strong supply right here, guys. You guys see the supply here? Very strong. So 39.49 breaks, or let's call it 39.50 breaks, there's a strong chance that we go ahead and see the 4,000. So it'll be between 39.95 and 4,000 on this. Let's see. So that's what we're gonna watch. Yeah, so it could be a nice retracement here. We'll just make sure we're not gonna be surprised by some fibs. Lines up perfectly here with the golden fib. That's where we rejected twice. Really no channels or nothing you can draw. It's just going to be pure levels on this. This is a pretty interesting setup now because they had like a V-shaped recovery, tweezer bottom, and then I mean if it comes here for a retest, might be interesting a buy level here tomorrow. So these would be the levels below 39.24, 38.97, and then if that breaks, then you're going to 38.29 to the low of the date. And then let me just see 4 hours real quick. The 4 hours has a nice channel here. 4 hours. I guess I'll leave it. Next major demand would be here, 3,700.
Jody, does that go for SPX? I mean, SPX as well?
This is, no, this is just ES. I mean, there's correlation between them, but this is just ES right now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's just ES. So yeah, there's a nice pop here potentially that we're gonna go all the way here to about 405 if we break this level. So I'll keep that. So any questions on ES from anyone? We're in a pretty good setup, potentially to go long if we sustain this. If we go below, 39.24, then you have the 38.97, so about 3,900 as support here, which is your POC for VPVR, and also has a nice shelf. And then if we break 3,900, most likely retesting the 3,800s, the low of the day. And then if you look at the candles, for instance, here you see that that has a lower high. So here, this is where your imbalance happens on this candle. So this is where most likely, you would look for a retest on this level. So that's something to pay attention to this. And then if that breaks, then, it's coming down another 20, 30 points. Okay. NQ. Same, honestly, it's probably the same setup here. I don't even think we have to touch this, but let's see. I enable this. Yep, so pretty much same story as this one. And I think there's a lot of Fed speakers, so you kind of have to be careful this week to not get caught in the wrong and give them money, because a lot of people made decent money, so now they're going to be coming for you. So this area has to hold here tomorrow. The worst case, 1183. And that's 100 points, right? So let's see. And if they want to call this a bull flag, then you'll get a little bit of consolidation here. So it could be that it's creating what here? You guys see anything here interesting on 15 minutes? Maybe in 30 minutes we'll give you something here. So that it's creating an inverse here, but these tend to fail lately. And I would still probably mark it, to be honest. I would mark this level as 1298 as a key level to go long. So I'd watch this tomorrow. I mean, you have a level here, which is a potentially good bounce level, but it's not enough space. So the bottom one would be about 11,950 to 945. That'd be your range level. And then if it breaks that level, you could potentially short it all the way to this VPOC here. Same setup, pretty much as ES that we had, identical charts. Let's just check 4 hours, make sure that they all agree. Yeah, so we had a channel here that was nice, kind of broke, retested the low of that, and then now we're kind of still in the same boat here. Keep this one here as the top. Okay, so you have that. So potential rejection would be that 12.1 level, which previously was support here. There was support here, there was support here, and then it's obviously resistance here if you guys can see it. So support, 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 and now it's resistance. It really needs to get over 12.1. Then we might get a ripper for another 180 points. So I would not be shocked to see that as well. We don't really turn bullish till this is broken here. This is your bulls in control. So this is broken out here, you're not really going anywhere. Okay. The level, if you want to get some stuff going on and break it, would be this level here, 12.89. And then if you go into your fib, not fibs, I'm sorry, the volume profile. So if you look here, so you have this level that we had marked, which is the 12.491. So it'll be a pretty good level here to get over, right? So we have, the break of 12.1, 12.287. If that breaks and retest holds, then you have this level here, which is almost your double XPOC here, because they seem to line up almost perfectly here. I would look, if we rip for some reason, we go higher and we don't reject here, which I would think we would come here and probably most likely reject. And I don't know how the news will be absorbed. I think, just from recent selling, that this would be potentially a good short, but then they could surprise people and rip it. And maybe they announce something regarding rates that they're going to slow down or whatnot, and then market just does the opposite. So I'll definitely watch this tomorrow. Okay, bye. All right, so let's see. We'll just delete this. Let's go in 4 hours. I'll just remove this. Let me draw the channels first. So there's a couple of channels, right? So if you go on the weekly, there's going to be a nice channel there. And this is probably the most important one here that you'll see. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that, sorry. So this is a pretty good channel here. And I think if I was to do it even this way, yeah, it's really close. You guys see that? So that's pretty good. I'm just going to delete it. But this is pretty important here. And if you take the swing off of here, delete this. To here, this tells you the importance of these fibs, right? So the worst case is that we go to 353, and if I remember correctly, when we grabbed these fibs just a couple of days ago, that 350 level, you guys see how close that is? There's a freaking mosquito flying in my house. These levels become so important around 350. I would not be surprised if we kind of go here. Would not be surprised if we kind of go up to here, and then we look for the short. I'm not saying 418 exactly, but we do this and then come back to about 350, and then look, to kind of slow down the market. So that's something that to keep in mind as you're playing. It's a possibility, but that 350 looks pretty important level. So I'll keep these fibs here because they're hitting pretty well. Let's see what else we got. And I'm pretty sure in 4 hours we have a nice channel. Yep, there's a nice channel here. So whenever you have a channel like this channel here, right? So there's a couple of channels that you got. You have a channel here, obviously. So let's look at this. Like if you look at this, you had a nice downtrend line here. You had, if you look at it, make it smaller a little bit. So you had 1, 2, 3, and now you kind of reclaimed that one off of the here, and now you're basically connecting the highs here. Now we just change the color maybe on this one here. Change it on this one here. And this is, if you were in the class this morning, this is your, lower high, right? So you have, lower, higher high here, lower high, lower high, lower high. Then you took out one, maybe, I don't think you took it out. You took out previous. Okay, I tried to catch the mosquito, failed. Lower high, so you took out previous here, so set up a little trap, and then that becomes your easy short level or the lower low here. I do think that we're going to come back to at least retest this imbalance here, which should be around 400 level, which should be good, about, what is that, $11. So that's a possibility, right? Come back to retest this. This level here is super important, the 430, obviously, then you have 420. But I think we're coming back for this level here. I would not be surprised if we come for this level here for retest. So something to keep an eye on as we're progressing here. So you have this channel here, down channel. So if we break this, it's not a lot of meat here. I mean, unless this breaks 397, then you can play it to 400. That's $3. But not a lot of meat otherwise to play it on this break. So let's see. Let me just make sure. Okay. Yeah, that 353 just looks promising, guys. It looks really, really promising here. I'll just delete this one. This looks really promising below this trend line. Once 370 is broken, this is almost like a done deal here. So we have 389. Let's turn on VPVR. So 396 breaks. It has a really room to about 412. So we watch that level. So this would be your go long, and then this would be your target. Minutes. Let's see, still a nice channel here. It looks like the magnet set at that 401 level. I'll not be surprised if we hit that tomorrow.
Shorty, weren't you saying that the 406, 407 level was crucial on SPY?
Yeah, so you had a major resistance on it at 407 level. 407-ish. So here it looks like, target for long would be 412. If you're able to break this 396, you have 401 and you should definitely scale out. The 401 is going to be deadly. Most likely a rejection coming right here. Where was it?
Okay.
Then this becomes your PT2. So if you're able to break that, right, I mean, most people will not hold it from 401 to 412. You'll have some turbulence. You'll have 405, you'll have 410, and then you can get those levels, right, using your VPSV, because there's going to be a lot of VPOCs, right? So if you look here, 405.59, that's a VPOC, right? So you're going to reject here. Pretty certain you will. So that's a rejection waiting. Then even tomorrow, the 392.16 is going to be crucial to cross over it. And then let's see, so you have a level here at 411, which is close to this level. So this POC kind of lines up perfectly here.
Be careful going long, right?
Well, you have to be quick, right? So if 392 breaks tomorrow, you have 396 to take money. And if that breaks and retests, then you can go to about 400. And then if 401 breaks and holds, which I don't think tomorrow is going to happen, but maybe. If that breaks and holds, then you have 405. If that breaks, then you have 412. On the
Okay.
downside, you have a VPUC here. Let's see, you would have a VPUC right there. And this would be the area for a bounce. If we reject here, tomorrow you have a high chance of rejection here or here at 396.17. So I would definitely look for this 397.17 level tomorrow. Right there. This should be the levels for SPY. Qs, I think we did a good job today actually on Qs. So not really much here on Qs. So obviously you have this trend line here. We'll delete this guy. And then, you have a bear flag that's building up. So you can draw it now or wait a little bit because you're going to get a couple of those. Remove this. So if we break this, you can wait for a trend line or a rejection here, which might be happening at 291. If 291 breaks, then there's a high chance that you go probably like 295-ish right here. I don't know if there's a POC. There's no POC, but there's potentially a rejection at 295. Let's see what this one says. Come on. So it has a little bit here, 293. So, I mean, it might not even have a rejection all the way to 300 on Qs. And Qs like to retest the trend line. So we'll kind of put that here. See if you reject here, retest, and then you break it and get the Momo. That would be the ideal setup on it. Okay. And then you can also do the same thing we did on SPY, grab the swing low to the swing high and know where the resistance is. And you see lines up pretty well here, 61 at 290 on 61.8. So that's something to watch tomorrow. Watch the rejection at 290, see if it goes over 291.14, then you have a little bit of room, like $2 move to 50%. Then if that breaks, you're going to 299. Pretty easy, I think. Push to 299. I'm trying to figure out what's the best way to go about this trend line here. Probably something like that. So if you look at the bigger picture trend line, that would say that 300 is the level tomorrow for shorting. I'm most likely looking at 300 for shorting tomorrow. On Qs. So it's 290. If you get over that, then it has the potential for a nice short squeeze. Any questions on the 4 critical ones? Yeah, 412 is going to be tough on SPY. I mean, super tough. $32 billion worth, man. Any questions on this? Like I said, this one is going to be rather short, just because I'm tired. I mean, we spent probably like 2 or 3 hours today. But tomorrow, just play as we did. You know, connect your lows, connect your highs, and patience tomorrow is going to be your best friend, especially for this week, because we're going to be having a lot of speakers, and you guys are, you know, hearing, and it's going to be a lot of confusing news for the algorithms also to pick up. So you want to wait. You know, if there's a triangle, instead of waiting for the trend line to break, I would rather watch for, like, let's say for this here, like the yellow trend line that you're seeing. If you're getting on this yellow line break and you're 50% here, it's not worth it, right? I mean, this little room here, that's definitely not worth it. You do not want to play that. I'd rather you wait for the previous high, which is right here, 294, to take that, break it, retest, and then go along. Or if you see the weakness in the market, then you look to short it off of this level. Because if you think, right, just off of candles, price action, this becomes your resistance points, right? I grab the wick here, and this becomes your resistance points for shorting. So you can watch that, and then on the bigger picture, you guys saw that 300 level was lined up perfectly here, crossing, and that probably could happen by the 26th. You guys see that? Potentially, what's that? By Thursday, we could go into this area. And yeah, this is hitting already a resistance on 10 minutes. So. Okay. Any questions from anyone? All right, guys, and I'll probably be live tomorrow. My schedule does not look heavy, so I'll be guiding you guys on at least the trades that I'm taking tomorrow, so you guys can see it.
Shorty, would you mind doing AMD,
Yep.
please? Thank you.
Let's see. AMD. AMD is headed to 99 tomorrow. So this is where you can expect AMD, and it has a little bit of, you know, you see the resistance forming even before that. It has 95 as potential resistance. I would definitely mark the 95 level just because psychological. And then, you know, it's a nice P-shaped formation here and a previous support. So this could be a nice rejection here waiting to happen. And then if you connect your highs to your lows, what do you see lining up here? So you would have 1, 2, 3 POCs along with a trend line working in your favor there. Let's, for shits and giggles, add fibs here and let's see what lines up. Look, you're going to be in this zone. 96.24 breaks, there's a high chance you go to about 100. Then if it doesn't, you're looking short here on AMD. That's how I would play AMD tomorrow.
Thanks.
So that level, then you have this level here. And remember, I think NVIDIA has ER sometimes this week.
Is it 27th or 26th?
Yep. One of the two. It's right here, 25th. So honestly, AMD, you can play it over the level right here, 168. Then if that takes out, you have 172, 180. I would not be shocked if we get a nice run tomorrow on NVIDIA. I would be surprised if we don't. because market makers are now a little bit afraid of these ER, especially techie companies, right? I think they might be a little cautious on, you know, taking them down for a ride because I think the bulls are coming up and buying these stocks, right? Look, there's a nice buyer here if you look at it, right? So this buyer right here, and look how well they did here. Nice buyer here, and look, poop, up right from 157. I mean, $10 move, guys. That's pretty big. It's a pretty good size move. If you catch that, that's pretty big money in the video. So I'd watch that. You have a VPOC here, I would call it, at 181. Not be shocked if we come back and retest that level at some point. It does have a nice indecision candle there that I like to see. So it'd be something like this here. Oh, let me change this one to reddish. Okay, yeah, so it'd be that. And you have a level here that's lined up at 170 perfectly. So safest entry probably be, take your long over 170 on the video if you're gonna play it tomorrow. The contracts are gonna be a little bit pricey on it. And it's gonna be volatile, guys. I'm telling you, you want to be patient, and if necessary, don't even trade tomorrow because I believe Tuesday, Jay Powell speaking. Wednesday is FOMC minutes. It's going to be pretty volatile, and if you're not quick on profits, you might regret it. And you do not want to be caught on the wrong side, especially if you're playing SPX.
Sounds like a good day to study.
It's definitely a good day to study because this type of training and learning that you're getting now with FOMC and volatility doesn't come often. Last time it happened was 2018, so it would be good. And if Nvidia drops tomorrow, I guarantee you this level right here is an easy buy on it. If it drops to this level, that means that they're probably going to rip it through the ER. FYI.
Yeah,
Right,
they're gonna go long again, right?
Well, they would dip below just to get some stocks and get some shares if they get a little pre-tip on the news on the ER, and then they would kind of rip it from there. So I would not be shocked if they do that.
Yeah, come back to that level and then rip up.
Yep. So this would be a good setup. Go down, and then sometimes or a lot of times lately, these futures never sustain these gains.
Yeah.
There it goes, already dipping on the ES. Just tapped. Look where we bounced. Now we're already bear flagging, and it's not even it's only 11 o'clock. We're bear flagging here already.
Wow.
So I would not trust this move yet. And if we break this, I promise you're coming here. Watch. This is gonna break, or I'm just gonna say this is I call it developing read talk, just because I don't want to mark it as an important one tomorrow. It's not important yet, but look, look what they did here, and this happens a lot. They dip it below, and they come back for a retest, and then you short here. You don't short on the break, you short on the retest, and look, somebody who shorted that, they probably got 14 points on ES in the middle of the night when there's no volume. That's pretty good. All right, guys. Sorry for a short watch list. I'm just exhausted. Honestly, I had a long day. I'm finishing my fire pit, and also we already had one training session, so I'm kind of tired of the charts.
Thanks a lot, Shorty.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
See you guys tomorrow live. Bye.
Good night, Rockets.
Night.